And now finally ending some confusion, hopefully, to what has been a very bizarre series of events the last several weeks.
Both of these men had tense words backstage, but showing a little bit of respect here.
And look, it gets very competitive. Again, this is a prestigious championship. There's a lot of great championships in this industry. And look at that. This is going to be a technical classic. I mean,
both of these men no stranger to each other, having competed in multi-man matches on the same side as well as against each other. Both men very familiar, are staples in the tri-state area.
Now again, this championship, a match that was supposed to happen between Mike Law and the Memphis Mofo. The Mofo, initially the word I got was that the limousine with him and the girls from Sapphire, the fantastic ladies of Sapphire's Gentlemen's Club, got detoured. I thought was a championship celebration that was premature. Then I got the championship belt in the mail. And listen, I understand it's mysterious. I got 7 different voicemails from Memphis Mofo, and I still don't understand exactly what he was telling me.
Shoulder block takedown, but countered easily. Anthony Gangone back in control.
But he apparently has some higher power, some higher purpose, at least, that he's looking forward to, then decided to vacate the championship.
A higher purpose, perhaps, is what Anthony Gangone is looking for here, as he has stated that he needs to win this title.
And I don't disagree with Anthony Gangone. I mean, look, he's a fantastic wrestler. He's made, oh, look at that. And you see the two of these. You see how
getting ahead of steam here is Mike Law.
How evenly matched these two are, going back and forth. Ooh. Oh, smartly going after that shoulder, which we know was injured at the last event we had.
At the Colossal confrontation.
Against the Bo Show, Bo Crockett. Gangone being thrown to the outside and then refusing to give up.
Separating his shoulder, but staying in that matchup.
Continuing that match, and again, that's one of those things you wonder in that moment. Yes, he continued that match, but is there long-term effects? And obviously,
we might be seeing that here.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike Law, smartly, by the way, taking advantage of that. And that's a side of Mike Law I really do respect. Maybe he's, becoming a little more intense. But
using that bad arm again to push him off, create some sort of separation here.
Senior official Mike Keener checking on Gangone. Will he continue? Mike Law offered maybe a handshake, but Gangone pushing away and aggravating Mike Law, now just stomping him in the chest.
All the pleasantries and sportsmanship seem to be gone here, as this is escalating quickly in our main event title match.
Listen, friendships have been lost, brother.
Beautiful suplex there by Mike Law, but 2 count only.
Families have been torn apart, wrestling, something changes when the championship is at stake. It's easy to be friendly when it's just a quote-unquote just a match, which it should never be, but
both of these men have been champions all around the country, but fighting for one of the most prestigious prizes in Capital Wrestling. The Colossal Mike Law, our inaugural Sapphire Television champion. And Anthony Gangone looking for his first gold here in Capital Wrestling.
And, oh, there we go, Mike Law. Dropping that colossal elbow.
Cover one.
Gangone said he needs to win this championship, and I don't disagree with him. Gangone is a fantastic wrestler, but his record here in Capital Wrestling isn't indicative of that.
After going undefeated for almost a year, I believe, then coming up against Darius Carter, who perhaps got into his head. Now Anthony Gangone trying to collect himself.
Sure. And again, listen, yeah, he went undefeated for a year, and that was great. But at the end of the day, when it mattered during championship matches, he's come up a bit short. And he's a fantastic wrestler. I'm not trying to say anything against him, but you want to be fantastic at the company you're working for now. It's different,
The fans here in Hoboken split down the middle, as both of these men have earned the respect of the Capital Wrestling faithful. But respect won't win titles here tonight. Which man has more in him? Mike Law picking up Gangone. Irish whip, reversed, but held onto it. Driving that knee into the midsection. Holding onto it again. Side Russian leg sweep with the float over for Flair. 1 count only.
And see a little bit of frustration on Mike Law's part, you know.
You have to consider the frustration has to be building as the goalpost has continually been moved for him.
You know, and I don't doubt that's got to be frustrating for the man. I mean, you know, last month he came in expecting a title shot and instead took on Logan Black, which is no treat. That's no consolation prize, by the way. The King of Chaos, Logan Black, surviving that.
A hard-hitting war between those two men that you can catch on our YouTube, youtube.com/Capital Wrestling, where you can catch all of our episodes.
And now Gangone, ooh, trying to hold on. You can see the pain. Ooh.
Counters with that kick, but look at the energy that it's taken. Gangone trying to shake out the hands, maybe losing some feeling in that hands due to the shoulder. The pain. We've seen Anthony Gangone overcome so much here in Capital Wrestling. Can he overcome a determined Mike Law?
And now these two both down. It's a situation of who can get up first, who can take advantage.
6 count by referee Mike Keener thus far, 7. Both men need to get to their feet.
And if this reaches a count out, then neither of them become Capital Wrestling Sapphire
Mike
Television
Law
champion.
on his feet. Anthony Gangone getting worked up here. Ooh. Chops. Again, that's one way to get feeling back into the hands. Dodges it. And driving Mike Law down to the mat.
Can this
Cover
be it?
1, 2. 2 count.
And Gangone digging deep. You can see something. Gangone having to make changes. He changed his ring attire. He changed his facial appearance. You know, his hairstyle. All these things, they seem like, you know, aesthetic appearances, but they're indicative of something else. Deciding that, hey, you got to change the momentum. It's no different than a batter changing, you know, a glove, or just to change anything out of desperation to just get the momentum going.
And again, those clubbing kicks to the lower back of Mike Law. Gangone now starting to take control. This has been an ebb and flow this entire match.
And look, ooh.
Striking, Mike Law will not die.
Oh.
Pump kick by Gangone. Has him up. Package knee breaker.
Could
cover.
this be it?
1, 2. 2 count only.
And a phenomenal series of moves from the one above all, Anthony Gangone.
How skilled, though, was Gangone, knowing immediately, wasting no time going for that cover, hooking the legs, trying to capitalize, but Mike Law just getting his shoulder up before the count of 3.
And again, I don't think the changes are just aesthetically done. I think there's interior changes, a psychology that's different from Gangone.
But look at Gangone still favoring that arm. You wonder how much power he can generate.
Oh, and I don't know how wise it is to use that arm to deliver the chops. Hopefully it causes more damage to Law, but I did hear Law scream, "My ribs." Maybe I misheard that, but he was shouting about his ribs. And I don't know if Gangone caught that or not. But
both men, if they were 100% before this, which they weren't, they're definitely not going to be after, as both men are putting it on the line here in our title main event.
Swinging neck breaker.
Swinging neck breaker by Mike Law. The Colossal one with a Colossal neck breaker. Springboard moonsault, cover 1, 2. 2 count only again. Could only get 2.
And again, you know, in the past I've said some negative things about Mike Law. I admit that. I freely admit that I haven't always been his biggest fan. But, you know, we need a champion to represent Capital, the Sapphire Television champion. And with the way Juba and Smiley are our tag champs, I need somebody with some level of dignity.
Are you drawing a check from Sapphire?
I'm not drawing a check, but, you know, it's my home away from home. I got a lot of friends over there.
We should
Let's just say
fumigate that home if you're in it. Mike Law up. Rolled through. Still staying on his feet.
Ooh.
Pop up, power bomb, cover 1, 2. 2 count.
And another series of maneuvers that would put any other wrestler away, but the Colossal Mike Law living up to his MO of never giving up.
Both men living on the razor's edge right now. This match can go either way at any point. Both of these men
Look, all I can say is, as the owner of this company, I can say at least the fans are getting their money's worth with this matchup, and that matters.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. If this is indicative of your ownership, then I'm okay. It's when the nonsense and the tomfoolery happen around here that I get upset. But this is a fantastic matchup, right on the button. Flying,
he got most of
head
it, but he
scissors
got it.
takedown.
Uh-oh.
Calling for the elbow.
Ooh.
And again, how many more shots can Gangone take? Inside out goes Gangone on the clothesline cover. 1, 2. 2 count only.
But Gangone is another competitor who is known to never quit.
Both men struggling to rise to their feet.
There have been times where I've said about Gangone that it's stupid of him to keep pushing and continuing in a match where he's injured. But this is a championship match. You don't know when you're going to get another opportunity at this.
These titles mean everything to both of these men. Spirit of competition, both of these men putting their bodies and their health and their safety on the line for each and every one of us watching at home. This has been a treat thus far, and we can only wonder who's going to put away who.
Right now, it's still just back and forth here.
Smartly sweeping the leg and following up with a brutal knee.
And Gangone certainly with the momentum right now.
Has to capitalize on it. Blocked by Mike Law on that shoulder, but switching arms was Gangone to deliver that clothesline.
But did he expend all the energy he has left because he's not making a cover?
Both men's tanks must be on empty right now, as both men giving their all. But wait a minute.
What's going on?
What is this?
The leader of the Danger Sanctuary.
The #1 contender for the Capital Wrestling Sapphire Television Championship after winning Torneo de Nada is out here.
What are you doing? Come on, ref.
And I guess Timmy Danger here to scout the competition and see
Mike
who wins.
Law went for the roll-up, couldn't get it.
Ooh.
Elbow by Gangone. Went for a springboard.
Discus forearm.
Getting him up perhaps for Dreams by the Waterfall. He's got him. Went to nail it, couldn't.
A roll
Counter,
up.
roll up. 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner and the new Capital Wrestling Sapphire Team Champion, Mike Law.
The Colossal Mike Law, after a fantastic matchup between both men, stands victorious as your Sapphire Television Champion, Harry.
Say what you will about the Colossal Mike Law. I can't deny that he earned this championship, without a doubt. He is the Sapphire Television Champion here at Capital Wrestling, and deservedly so.
But let's not count out the effort of Anthony Gangone in this matchup. Both of these men put everything on the line for this title opportunity.